right, you'll probably often set up a tripod like that. 3 sticks and a whiffy, you have a tripod up in a jiffy, right? And then what you can also use that tripod for is to make a seesaw trap. So you erect that, and you need to take a stick. All we're going to do it is, you're going to have to weight it at one end. And this tripod needs to be sturdy. So let's say you take this stick, or log as you might want to call it. It's going to be light at that end, but we're going to have to lash something to this end, so that when it's set, with a snare underneath there, when it's released, it seesaws up and holds the snared animal out of reach of other animals like good old Sly, Foxy, Stoaty, Mr. Vixen, Mr. and Mrs. Vixen, Vulps, foxes and other animals and stuff. So, go from that stage. What you need to take down this end is a peg. You put a notch in this, the spike in that, and you're going to whack that into the floor. Now if you've only got a knife on you, and you need to get a big thick piece of wood like that spiked up, the fast way of doing it is kneel down, place your knife in behind the front of your knee like that, and then take your piece of wood and you're going to draw this one back. You can take big, long, thick pieces off and do quite fine detail with that. So, right, so you've got a notch stick like that this is going to sit under. So now you hit this peg into the floor. Now this is only 4 rabbits that I'm doing it for, so I've used like dead wood, but it's thick enough that it's not brittle, if you know what I mean. So it's going to be in there like that. I'm going to set up a snare here. So that's our post. It's going to get wedged under there, but it's not going to be tight like that. I've just got to lash up some weight on this end to give it the seesaw effect. Right, so as before, just tied a log, a thicker log to that end to give it the seesaw effect, the weight, and down at this end that's in there. I mean, that's only in there loose, it's not in tight. And then 2 posts with your knife put into there to make a slot, a blade of glass folded over to hold the snare apart so it stays open, and do that 4 times. And I've not laid this on an animal run at the moment or anything like that. I've only done this just like to practice making the trap and see how long it takes to make it, get it set up. So now to see how it works, which we'll do with a stick, or if we had one of someone's dog, I'm sure it'd work a treat. So So like, use your imagination for a moment. I know it's hard for some of you, like, but imagine that's a rabbit. So it comes through here, dislodges the, gets caught on the wire, tries to run off, it goes up. So obviously I need to move this back a bit, because a fox could reach and grab that, but it's not well hung. So, right. What's stopping that from going higher? He's then stuck on this, and that's probably a bit too long and close to this leg. But I can just throw the legs around a bit now and just readjust it. Right, so I've adjusted the legs out a little bit now to give that back end more room to be able to swing down and lift up the prey higher from the ground in the snare. So, give you a running demo of what we're after. The sun's not shining too much, so say that's your rabbit or whatever you're trapping or snaring, comes through here. Goes tight. That's about 5 foot off the ground. That's where that seesaw end's fallen down to. Because before it was getting stuck on that back log, so now it's got room to fall freely. And if you wanted to, if you did catch something, you could even probably skin it from that position. But yeah, neck in a noose forever.